And Steve Horne wins the largest presentation that I've ever had to upload award for 900 megs of things. So it's about 3 hours long, so hopefully you've got the time to do this. And of course the other problem is we haven't had enough people, beginning with J, presenting today. So we've got Jim Moyle as well, and as he owns Appatach, or he's part of the ownership team of Appatach, we thought it's really good and relevant to have both these. So I'll put you on to Steve and leave you to it. Remember, white lines, because I forget that.
Hi everybody, Steve Horne. I'm the CEO of Accure. I'm going to get through this as quickly as possible. If you don't know me, I've been doing this for a very long time. I had hair when I started doing EUC. So, you know, and if they said in the 20s, I'm older than the 1920s. So there we go. And let me introduce, well, I think you know everybody. Does anybody not know Jim?
No. I'm Jim Moyle. I'm a product manager at Microsoft. So I do app delivery and image delivery for AVD.
Cool. Right, so, I think this is the right, yeah. So thoughts. So has anybody seen presentations on MSIX and MSIX Appatach before? A couple.
Only yours, the last.
Okay, a couple of people, right. So this isn't another intro, you'll be glad to know. So the other thing is, it is interactive, so we may ask questions. The fear has got into everybody now. So we'll be looking at some very exciting updates. So we do have somebody that owns part of what we're talking about today. So, yeah. So, and hopefully we'll try and give you some ideas. So if you've got any questions, you know, we would please ask them. But this is the most important one. We are the session before the roundtable and the beers. So we're going to try and get this through as quickly as possible. So to start off with, I thought I'd do this. So the problem at the moment is there's a bit of perception versus reality. And when you start to talk about MSIX, you start to talk about MSIX and Appatach, you've got to look at what's out there or what people are saying out there. And what we've got to try and do today is give you some reality. So what we're finding is there's lots of misinformation around this subject. So what we're trying to say is there's a lot of people banding percentages around what they can do, what they can't do. The problem is I got asked this the other day and I said, come back and talk to me when a million apps are done or a couple of million apps are done. And we'll actually look at a true percentage. Like, how many people did app v apps? Have you done all the app v apps in the world? And what percentage did you get? Oh, somebody did. He's there. He's done them all. So, and we get other things like MSIX is being replaced, app v is not going, and we try to, you know, I personally tried to feed this back, and there will be an opportunity for you guys to also feed stuff back to the teams. And what we've got to also understand is there's lots of misinformation around Appatach. So we have the opportunity today to hear from the person that actually owns it. So what we've got to realize is that we're going to try and correct some of this today. So we're going to try and correct some of the content to actually say what is real, what is not, and what you should expect. Does anybody know who that is? Well, no, he invented gravity. Sorry.
Invented is a
yeah, invented. Well, he did. He invented it. So there we go. So there we go. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. It's a very short agenda, but there's a lot to cover. So what I'll do is I'll go straight into MSIX. So what we're going to talk about is this. It's an application format. Does everybody know that? Is everybody aware of that? Yeah? And I'm not going to tell you anymore. That's it. Because I'm going to get the team that owns MSIX to tell you.
Hello everyone. I am Naveen Nuka, a Principal PM Lead at Microsoft. And I'm very happy to be here to talk about MSIX. Let's get right in. Windows traditionally had a number of ways in which developers and IT administrators could package and distribute applications. Each of them had their own pros and cons. MSIX is the modern packaging and distribution technology which combines the benefits of the previous technologies while making app installs more reliable and application management more efficient. These MSIX components are in fact built into the OS itself, right from within Windows 10 onwards, and they don't need any extra agents to be present. MSIX enables enterprises to stay current and ensure their applications are always up to date. It allows IT pros and developers to deliver a user-centric solution while reducing the cost of ownership for the application. So what is MSIX really? Besides being a technology, which it is also a means to an end. At the core of MSIX, it enables state separation for applications that cleanly separates the application data from the underlying operating system. This virtualization enables a number of benefits during application management. It provides reliable installation for applications and ensures a clean uninstall process. Disk space is optimized by reusing shared files across apps, and of course, network is optimized because only Delta files are downloaded during updates. Put in other words, updates to applications are faster and efficient. With code signing, application security is also much better. Tamper protection comes by default. Also, MSIX is a way to enable containerization of applications, which helps reduce the attack radius if the app gets compromised within the enterprise. All the virtualization benefits that MSIX offers also help when these apps are to be streamed in a non-persistent desktop environment. Think of AVD, Azure Virtual Desktop. MSIX App Attach enables administrators to seamlessly provision and manage the applications to end users' machines. As the name itself suggests, MSIX is the first step for MSIX App Attach, which is also one of the most efficient ways of doing streaming within the enterprise. All of this is great. This existed for some time now. But why now? Two primary reasons. Security vulnerabilities are increasing in the enterprise, with attacks being more sophisticated. MSIX provides one of the easiest and better ways to secure the application real estate in the enterprise. Second thing, AppV is on a retirement path and is to be retired by 2026. MSIX and MSIX App Attach are alternatives for AppV. So if you're looking to modernize your AppV estate, MSIX App Attach is the way forward. So let's also talk about a few investments that we've made in MSIX. We've made investments in the framework, developer, and IT pro tooling to make MSIX transition easier. To call out a few, shared package container. Now, it is a feature that is aimed at IT administrators. IT administrators can now share the container environment across applications. So, applications which reside in their own silos, if they need to talk with each other through the container, it is now possible by sharing the container across multiple applications. Mutable package directory is another feature aimed at IT administrators, allowing apps to make files appear outside the context of their install directory. This is especially useful when your desktop application, when your legacy application needs to have this feature so that it can get converted successfully. Dynamic dependencies API is a feature aimed at developers that allows them to reference and use framework packages even from within unpackaged applications. We've also continued to invest in developer tooling. Visual Studio App Attach extension allows developers to not just create MSIX packages, but to create, test, and publish App Attach ready packages. It is now available in the Visual Studio Marketplace. Additionally, with MSIX packaging tool, IT pros have a way to convert legacy applications to MSIX format even when they don't have access to the source code of the application that they're trying to convert. We've made investments in the tooling to make this process easier. PSF and MPT are better integrated together now. Package Analyzer helps users identify and fix up problems during and after conversion of the package. Both of these features are already in Insiders and they will be GA within the next week. So great, you might be wondering, these are all nice features, but what about new apps? Teams 2.0 is an MSIX application. Teams team has seen a marked improvement in reliability of installations and application updates, owing to them using MSIX as the packaging format. They've also described this in the blog post on tech community. It also allows the Teams app to be app attach ready, and that is already in preview now. If you've not given Teams 2.0 a try, please do and let us know what you think. By the way, this is not the only app that is in MSIX. In fact, you already have a number of MSIX packages that are already present on Windows. Run the get apex package command in terminal and see for yourself. So what is the community really telling us? Admins trying to package applications as MSIX from legacy installers, both using Microsoft and partner tooling, are seeing increased success rate for their conversion. Quotes from users reporting high success rate leveraging our partner tooling. Tim Mungan's report card indicating a steady increase in compatibility rate leveraging the PSF framework. We continue to see increased interest and uptick from developer and IT admin community towards MSIX. So what's next? We continue to invest in the developer tooling to make it easier for developers to create MSIX and app attach ready packages. The ADO plugin for app attach ready packages will be available in preview soon. As Azure Trusted Signing becomes more broadly available, MSIX tooling will integrate with it tightly, ensuring reduced friction in the code signing and certificate management process. All MSIX packages are to be app attach ready. They are today. The one glaring miss in this was modification packages, which we've already addressed, and modification packages are also app attach ready. That feature is already available in preview. AppV to MSIX is another area that we continue to invest in, allowing users to transition from AppV to MSIX and MSIX app attach. The tooling already supports conversion of AppV packages to MSIX. We intend to make the process more easier, allowing users to carry over some of their customizations done on their AppV packages either through user configurations or through scripting. So we intend to carry that over to the MSIX package after conversion. We hope you are as excited about MSIX as we are and are seeing the momentum build up. Thank you so much for your interest in MSIX. You can read more about MSIX on the documentation page. Please do keep the feedback and comments flowing through the MSIX tech community. You can also submit feedback via Feedback Hub. You can also reach us at msiexperts@microsoft.com. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful rest of the event.
I actually talk to Naveen on a weekly basis. He's much more charismatic in person, I can tell you.
Ooh. So I think the thing to think about here is if you can get your apps to MSIX, it opens up a lot of opportunity, not just for now, but for the future. And I think, as Naveen said, it elevates that security via certification. But has anybody looked at the code sign certs within an MSIX? It's always a certificate error. It's a T-shirt always going to get done. But The cool things that people often forget are things like the application updates, the 64K block level updating, the ability to do, if an update is required on an application on a regular basis, is it something that you would look at to do? It's something that I would definitely look at to do because I don't want to be doing repeatable things, and could this be done with a little bit of automation? But also the big thing is you can then convert it to be dynamically delivered. And I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to hand this over to Jim.
The timing of this is a little awkward. And I'm very sorry about that. Because I spent the last sort of 9 months completely re-architecting Appetach from the ground up, which I am announcing and which will be released for public preview on November the 30th at the Windows Tech Takeoff event. So I can't tell you any of that, because it's still NDA. So I'm going to show you a demo of how it works in Azure Puddle right now. And if you've tried Appetach previously, and you've thought to yourself, hang on a minute, this doesn't work the way it should, or I've got a big problem with this, wait 9 days. So currently, Appetach apps are in the host pool context, which is one of those problems that maybe somebody would like to address in the future. And it's effectively, your apps are added once per host pool, which is a little awkward, but that's the way it works today. All you need is the disk image that your app is contained in, and then you entitle it via the application group. Application groups are an awkward way to entitle apps. It'd be much easier to be able to do it on a per-user basis and ignore this whole desktop app group thing. Somebody should probably do something about that. So here we are. We've got an app in the desktop application group. Super easy, and we've assigned it to some users. Now, currently it checks every 5 minutes, so I'm going to restart the VMs to avoid that 5-minute check. It'd be nice if that was reduced if it happened immediately, wouldn't it? Not every 5 minutes. So we're just going to reboot to avoid that 5-minute wait. And I'm going to start an app. What an amazing demo. But the way that apps are currently assigned through that desktop application group, there's only one desktop application group per host pool. So any app in that application group gets assigned to all of the people in the host pool. And it is kind of like magic when it works, right? It's less than a second to get that app to the VM and get it registered for the user. Currently, if you need a different combination of apps in the desktop, you'd need a new host pool, and you'd need to make sure that you had a new combination of apps in that desktop app group. That also sounds like something somebody should fix. So, there are a lot more MSIX apps in the world than you think there are. Because if you go to even some of the Microsoft apps, say PowerShell, and you look at the releases on GitHub, there's no MSIX bundle, there's no MSIX apps in there. But there is one. If you look in the store, that's an MSIX for PowerShell. And they will provide you with that MSIX package if you ask them. And it's the same for almost all the other vendors. If the app is in the store, even if there's not an MSIX download on their downloads page, there is one. You don't have to convert it. You don't have to bother. You can just ask the vendor, and they will give you their MSIX version of that app. So, in 9 days at Windows Tech Takeoff, I have a session where I demo all of the new features of Appetach. And we've got somebody from the MSIX team demoing what Naveen was hinting at about all the new features of MSIX in terms of conversion, especially as regards to AppV. Steve mentioned earlier, people think that AppV isn't going away. I've been sat in those meetings. It really is, right? Nobody is backing down at all that I've talked to in terms of that AppV deprecation date. So April 2026, you will be out of support for AppV. So you need to start thinking right now, especially if you've got a lot of AppV applications, in terms of converting those into a new format. Go on, Steve.
So we've just got to try and remember that one is a format that you can get to, and one is a deliverable that you can use that format to deliver in a very nice way. Now, Jim has seen me, and a lot of people have seen me do demos of AppV, and I've run it from a USB stick, and people are like...
AppAttach, you mean, not AppV, right?
Well, that's what I said, didn't I?
No.
Oh, not AppV, not AppV. I've run AppAttach from a USB stick, and people have gone, how is this possible? Well, of course it's possible. You know, AppAttach is just the VHD that you just need to be able to control and deliver to the underlying host. And the host has, or the OS that has the capability for AppAttach.
So AppAttach is kind of just built into Windows, same as MSIX is. And in fact, if you look at the Microsoft Docs site, I've written scripts for you to do it yourself. You don't even need AVD. You can attach VMs, and I've given you all the PowerShell scripts to do it.
So,
yeah. Ooh. Sorry? Yes, so the question is, does it work with Windows 10 and 11 multi-session? Yes, it does. Oh, sorry, will it?
And will it work in 9 days' time?
It will work in 9 days' time. Yes, absolutely. And it will work even better in 9 days' time in terms of versions and other kinds of stuff. So, yes.
Cool. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look at who actually supports MSIX and AppAttach today. So we've already heard from Microsoft, so I'm assuming they're going to support it. It's their technology. It's built in from the kernel up. But what we want to do is have a look at other vendors. So now what we've got is a montage from 6 vendors. And we're just going to show you some videos. So get your popcorn ready. So there's going to be some longer than others. I did try and stipulate 3 minutes. But some
people did not do that.
I'm naming no names, but you can guess at the end who did the longer videos. So all I'm going to do is run the videos, and we'll come back at the end.
So as Microsoft, I don't mind that other people do this.
Hello everybody, my name's Ben.
I like it.
I'm going to take you through a very quick demo today to show what is new in packaged app publishing in CVAD. So what have we added? Specifically is the ability to publish your packaged applications to single session desktop delivery groups. In the past, we've been able to deliver these packages as a seamless app. That requires a click in Workspace to cause the app to launch, but it's been a customer ask for a long time to have these things delivered directly to a desktop session. So that is what we've done. I'm going to just take you through that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import some MSIX and AppAttach packages that I've got courtesy of AppCure here. So I'm just going to run my discovery on the location where those are stored, and they're going to be brought into Studio here. Okay, so here we are. We've got a few MSIX and AppAttach packages in addition to the single app in ones we had. So I'm just going to quickly publish an AppV package to a delivery group just for completeness here, so I can talk about what happens there. So this app is going to be available in Workspace for a seamless app launch, just like the way everybody's used to. Okay, there we go. But I can now add these packages to a desktop delivery group directly, but I'm going to have to open up the PowerShell to do that. The UI is not supporting it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import the package discovery module, and that's located on the CVAD ISO at Support Tools Scripts Citrix Cloud App Library Admin. And I'm also going to have a quick look for what my broker desktop groups and my AppV applications are. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do then is publish some of those packaged applications to my single session desktop delivery group. And I'm going to need a couple of high-level functions from the package discovery module. So first of all, I'm going to call publish packaged application, and that's going to take the UID of the desktop group that I want to publish to and the UID of the application that's in the app library. So in this case, I'm going to publish Doom first of all, then I'm going to do Fiddler, Procmon, and also Storage Explorer. Okay, so after I've finished publishing those packages, I need to update the machine configuration, and there's another high-level function, update desktop group machine configurations. And that's going to sync up everything that's necessary in the back end to be able to publish those things as we require. Right, so the next thing we're going to do then is we're going to go and have a look at the applications that are now in. So they're the ones we've just created. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to hide one of those applications by making a user assignment for it. So I'm going to look at the properties there and go and limit the visibility. And I'm going to limit the visibility of this app to user 0. And what that's going to do is going to hide it from user 1 when I log into Workspace there in a moment and pull down the apps. Okay, so I'm just going to log in quickly here. Okay, and then we'll be able to see the atomic clock sync, which is an app which is published specifically to this user. But we're going to launch the desktop.
There's an app called Microsoft Clipchamp for editing videos down for conciseness.
Right, so now that our desktop session is up, I can go and have a quick look before the magic happens, and I'll just quickly search for Procmon on this machine. And it's not there yet, so let me also go and quickly now search for Doom. That is also not yet installed on this machine, but any moment now the publishing process will pick up the fact that the login is complete, and we've now published those packages to this desktop session, and we should now be able to find both of those apps. So Procmon. There we are, we've now got an icon in the start menu for Procmon, and there it is running. Don't need to go any further with that. And more importantly, we now also have an instance of Doom on this machine. So there we go. This is Doom, which is an old DOS application now running on a Windows 11 desktop VDA, which means that I can be much more efficient in my work. Right, so that's about all. I've demonstrated this with some MSIX and AppAttach packages, but it equally works with AppV packages and any other packaging technology we choose to support in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you very much.
So the more vendors that support the package format and support the delivery format, the happier I am.
Hi, my name is Josh Burris, and I'm the Director of Windows Product Management for Workspace ONE. Workspace ONE allows admins to manage modern Windows applications, including MSIX packages. The MSIX package combines the simplicity of an MSI install with the security and OS containerization of an AppX. Using Workspace ONE UEM, simply upload your MSIX application, configure your smart group assignment, and publish your application. We encourage customers to take a look at MSIX and move away from those legacy app packaging methods. We believe you'll find the security and simplicity that you've been looking for. Thanks.
This video is part of our Parallels Tech Byte series. This short video showcases MSIX appetites for Azure Virtual Desktop using Parallels RAS. Parallels RAS enables the use of MSIX appetites for RDSH, VDI, as well as Azure Virtual Desktop. Within the Parallels RAS console, go to Azure Virtual Desktop and open the host pool tab. Open the host pool and select Application Packages. Click on the plus sign and select any subset of application packages you want to add. Click OK and apply the configuration. Now switching to the client and opening up a full desktop based on Azure Virtual Desktop. The applications that were selected are now available and ready for use. This short video showcases MSIX appetites for Azure Virtual Desktop using Parallels RAS. With Parallels RAS, you are able to reuse application packages based on MSIX appetites for RDSH, VDI, as well as Azure Virtual Desktop. For more content, subscribe to our channel and browse to the Parallels Tech Byte series.
In this video, we'll demonstrate the use of Microsoft MSIX and Frame, while enjoying a great user experience with a diverse set of applications, including design, rendering, office productivity, unified communications, and a classic game, all running in a browser. Let's start a Frame-powered Windows 11 desktop session with a variety of available applications. These applications were installed in different ways, some manually, some via Microsoft Intune, while others are containerized and delivered as Microsoft MSIX application. This car visualizer web application requires a GPU or a GPU partition to operate well. The same GPU is used to handle the capture and encoding for the Frame remoting protocol, delivering the best user experience with up to 60 frames per second to multiple monitors at 4K resolution. And all you need is a modern HTML5 browser. Frame is the first desktop as a service solution using WebRTC, a key part of the Frame remoting protocol 8 that supports native in-session voice and video, no client, receiver, plugin, workspace app or offloading needed. Let's continue launching some other interesting applications, such as Unreal Engine with Audi Car Configurator, design and rendering software such as Enscape, which is often used in architecture, engineering and construction organizations. A handy tool in the IT toolbox is Remote Display Analyzer, an easy tool to analyze Frame remoting protocol. Up next is VLC Player with a 4K Tears of Steel video, which includes a Dutch twist, and Darktable, an open source application similar to Adobe Lightroom. Shall we play a game? Sure, who doesn't like the 95 classic 3D Spinball Space Cadet for PC running in a container on a 64-bit version of Windows? Last but not least, let's run Autodesk Inventor with a jet engine object. Smooth performance, powered by Frame. Great! With Frame, we support the use of MSIX. If you're interested to learn more about the dynamic delivery of containerized applications via Microsoft AppAttach, just let us know.
Wow, time flies. We're already at the end. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.
MSIX is a Dutch scale-up in the application management space. Founded in 2014 as AppV-Scheduler to solve a problem as simple and elegant as possible. Early on, we recognized MSIX as the future of Windows application distribution and included support for native MSIX and AppAttach. Today, MSIX is the simplest and most powerful tool for real-time application distribution and management. In today's demonstration, we'll have a look at a typical deployment scenario of MSIX applications. We'll demonstrate how easy it is to distribute native and AppAttach MSIX applications and cleaning up afterwards. In the Manage Machines section, we'll check if the agent is active and check if any packages are installed by clicking on the machine inventory icon. On this machine, we currently only have one test application installed. FileZilla is not installed or pre-cached. If we check the Start menu for FileZilla, we can see it's not present. In the Manage Content section, we'll click the Create button for the FileZilla application to create a publishing task. We'll assign this application to App Group 1 and limit it to Azure Managed Machines. Let's go ahead and invoke a refresh cycle on this agent to make FileZilla available immediately. We'll run a new machine inventory to confirm the application is available on the agent. If we again check the Start menu, we can see FileZilla has been successfully installed. Now what happens when we remove the publishing task of FileZilla and invoke a new refresh cycle? Exactly. The FileZilla is no longer available for the user. Let's go ahead and repeat this for an application delivered via AppAttach. We can confirm there are currently no virtual disks attached to this machine. We'll publish the sysinternals process monitor package created by AppCure in the same way as we did for FileZilla. After the agent refreshes and sees the new application assigned, we can see a virtual disk appearing in the machine. In the list of installed applications, we can see Process Monitor has been added and it is visible in the Start menu. Maybe you haven't realized yet, but we've just published an AppAttach application on a Windows 11 system running on a local virtual machine. Although it is Azure AD joined, it is not part of AVD. With MSIX, hybrid environments where some of your Windows desktops are on premises and some in the cloud are supported for all application types. This concludes this MSIX video. Thank you for watching.
So, as Adam kindly said, I think that has made the point, right? It isn't just Microsoft, it's not just AVD who are buying into the technology, it's all of the vendors in the space, right?
So I just wanted to say thanks to all the vendors. It was very short notice for me to send out a brief of videos under 3 minutes, and some read it. So that was all I'll say. But I think something you'll see with the Citrix one today is I don't think that's been really announced publicly yet. I think it's in the next release. So you're seeing possibly something that some people haven't seen before. But I think one of the big things you need to realize is that I think somebody asked earlier, you know, where is this all available on? Now, I actually found a statement, which is, I think, something that Jim published, which is MSIX and MSIX AppAttach APIs are a part of Windows 11, Windows 10 Enterprise, and Windows 10 Enterprise Multi-Session 2004 or later. So this basically means you can all probably use MSIX AppAttach today if you've got Windows 10 or Windows 11. So I think there is a big confusion when it comes to where the management interface is to what you can do. So I think this is what we're trying to get people to understand. It's available across physical and virtual today. So,
not from Microsoft.
Yeah, not from Microsoft. Yeah. So, but what we've also got to realise is that, you know, when it comes to MSIX, and if anybody doesn't know Thomas Fennell, he's actually Jim's counterpart on the MSIX side, and yeah. So, yeah. So, and I think what he tries to do is help people understand the fact that MSIX is getting more investment. You know, it is quite funny when I have the conversations with people who are going, AppV is not going, and I say, go and speak to the AppV developers then. And you never hear back from them, because I don't think there are any anymore.
I am not at liberty to say.
There we go. So, but then what they're trying to do is build up this new format and a new delivery mechanism that makes it easier for people as we go forwards. I think what you need to look at is why now. And I think I did this session before, and it was about like the perfect storm, and I'm coming to the end. So, and it's like Windows 10 and AppV go end of life, 2025 and 2026. So AppV goes end of life 6 months after Windows 10. I'm speaking to people at the moment that don't realise they're that close, you know, together. I think what you've also got to realise is when you're talking about application migration and transformation projects, we now have, I'm trying to say to people, we have this opportunity to find out what they're doing, what they manipulate, and what does the organisation want to protect. And I think now with MSIX and AppAttach, we have that opportunity again to start to categorise the application workloads. What we've got to do is try to understand the fact that this is both virtual and physical today. So we are getting to that hybrid world scenario. But what I would also encourage you to do is talk to the vendors around being able to deliver MSIX and AppAttach today. Go and talk to them. I think you'll probably find some vendors out there that can do everything today if you just go and talk to them. And I think that's it for now. Unless anybody's got any questions.
Well, I would say that come and see my session in 9 days. Microsoft take off, sign up, come and see the session.
Emails are there if you want to email Jim direct. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.